How are the salaries in UAE market?
My experience of the UAE market is
We have CA, we have CPA, we have ACCA. What is the usual difference between all these certifications?
Indian CA is
Would you recommend CA to students?
CA is definitely not easy.
Today's guest is Gautam Kumar, a qualified chartered accountant with 10 years of experience in India, Saudi, and UAE. In addition to his CA, he has recently cleared ACCA this March. Congratulations, Gautam, on clearing the ACCA.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Shiva. Thank you for calling.
And for the benefit of audience, would you mind just taking us through a very quick background about yourself?
As Shiva introduced, my name is Gautam, and post my basic education, I did my Chartered Accountancy. I was working in India, and then I moved to Saudi, and now currently I'm in UAE from past 2.5 years.
Where have you done your schooling and college?
Okay, so I completed my schooling completely in a central government school called Kendriya Vidyalayas. So
Alright.
these are the central government run schools. So I have done my entire education there, right, almost from my 4th class till 12th class.
All right.
But I was studying in different Kendriya Vidyalayas because my father used to get transferred. So I have stayed in multiple states during my
Right.
childhood. And then almost from my higher education, like my 10th class, I have been in Hyderabad till the end of my Chartered Accountancy. So I have completed my graduation also there in Hyderabad with Osmania University.
All right.
And then CA, I was studying there, doing my articleship. So predominantly the end part of my schooling has been in Hyderabad.
So just a clarification. So you have done your intermediate and jumped into the CA, or you have done your bachelor's as well as?
No, I started Chartered Accountancy right after my intermediate.
All right. So what inspired you to pursue your CA, Gautam?
So it's a kind of I can say a laughable story, I can say. Because while I was doing my 10th class or something, I was very clear I'm not enjoying science. So I was sure that I'm not taking science as a higher education thing.
Right.
But I was not sure what to take. I was a confused teenager, I can say.
All right.
Even on the day I got my 10th results, I didn't know what I'm doing. And then on the day, my mom introduced me and told me, see, there is something called Chartered Accountancy. She had seen somebody or someone. And then my father, who was also into accountancy and warehouse management. So then he told me what actually Chartered Accountant does.
Right.
And there somewhere I got the spark, okay, I can do it. Let me give it a try. And I applied for a commerce stream. So this was the initial how I entered.
Okay.
But this is a little bit very personal story to me. Because when I was doing my intermediate first year, 11th class, what we say in India,
Yeah.
I got an accountancy book in my library, school library, and I took it home and I read a very complex concept, which even our class teacher was not able to clarify.
Right.
And I cleared it on my own and I understood everything.
Right.
So that was the, I can say, aha moment where I like, okay, this is my space. I need to continue studying and I can do great.
Right.
So that was the inspirational part, I can say.
Yeah. I'm like, you already made your mind that you have to do your CA.
Yeah, that was the day which I can say. I still remember it. Yeah.
That's actually great, because in most of the families, the parents insist on what you have to do. It's a different story.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have not gone through that episode.
Yeah.
And then we all know CA was not definitely easy. You know, I hear a lot of stories, like people tell me like I was not able to clear it in my first attempt. So tell me, like, was CA easy or is it a tough episode? It's this has to be beneficial for those who are listening to our podcast.
Okay.
So what do you think? Like, was CA easy or is it tough to crack? Yeah.
So it's always good to have challenge, is what I feel, because challenge keeps you on toes, and that's what I can say is about Chartered Accountant. It's a challenging course. It's not easy.
How has the CA qualification helped shape your career? My question was like, have you applied for your first role which requires your qualification as a CA or a Bachelor of Commerce, a regular entry level role you have taken up?
So I applied for my first job through the CA campus, like Chartered Accountancy does the campus also, campus hiring for the
right.
Chartered Accountant qualified people. So, and I got into a IT company in Bangalore, and it was a mid-level of seniority, I can say. And if I didn't have a Chartered Accountancy role, definitely I would have taken some years to reach there. If I would have gone through a graduation route. So I can definitely say CA gave me a good start.
All right. That's great. I think in most of them I met, CA has given them the edge, on their first role.
Yeah.
I think the salaries are also way different from a Bachelor of Commerce to Chartered Accountant.
It's hard to get to that CA qualification, right? So I think it gives you the fruits also. Once you complete your Chartered Accountancy, you're also getting good remuneration or get salary also.
Understand. Would you recommend CA to students, especially like in this part of the region? I see a lot of Bachelor of Commerce students or Bachelor of Accounting students who still doesn't have a CA qualification. Do you recommend CA to them?
As an Indian who have already got the benefits of being a chartered accountant, I would definitely say yes. Otherwise also, I'll keep my answer something like not only holding a graduation, but having any kind of professional course. Which you, as I have told, I have completed ACCA also. So CA is very good if you are an Indian nationality and you are interested into commerce, and if you want to do good in it, definitely yes. Otherwise also, you can always go for some of the other professional courses. It gives you an edge in your career also.
Okay. So you told me, like, from a Indian standpoint of it, I understand CA basically is from India. But there are a lot of other certifications available. We have CA, we have CPA, we have ACCA. I'm not sure CMA falls into this. But in general, what is the usual difference between all these certifications?
So as I mentioned, Indian CA is, Indian CA is the Chartered Accountancy of India. How Indians are Indian Chartered Accountant professionals.
Okay.
So similar to this, every country or most of the countries have their own equivalent Chartered Accountancy, we can say.
All right.
So for example, US CPA is one such thing.
All right.
Every country has its own accountancy professional certifications. Every country has its own name. So this is one category. And then there are some bodies internationally like ACCA. Then there is CIMA, CIMA. So these are other certifications which can be taken by us.
All right.
So see, what is the difference? You say, if I have done only Indian Chartered Accountancy, I may not be known globally. Everyone in the world may not know what is an Indian Chartered Accountancy.
Correct.
But if I do some global certification like CFA provided by US or ACCA from UK, at least globally you have some kind of recognition among multinationality peoples.
So basically you meant to say like CA is for India, although it helps in other countries, but mainly CA is for Indians and ACCA and other qualifications are globally.
Yeah, like I can say Indian CA is very highly respected, but somewhere on a global market, maybe everyone will not know.
Right.
I'm not telling it's less or more, but maybe somewhere people may not be able to recognize it. But if you take some global certification like CFA or ACCA, more people know it.
And there is a myth that CA was not easy. What's your comment on it?
CA is definitely not easy. It's not easy. It's actually tough.
All right.
I'll tell you why. There are two reasons for it. One, the education part. The study part is huge. Okay. There is a lot of subjects, tax, law, accountancy, and the level increases with the level of exams which you take. And this happens like 3 levels of exams. And apart from that, while studying, you have to do a 3 years of articleship. So you work like an employee with another chartered accountant. So just imagine working like 10 to 12 hours, like a normal working day, and you have to come back and then prepare for the exams. It's very tough. So the balance between study and the work, it actually takes a toll.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think I should take your point because you have cleared both CA and ACCA as well.
Yeah.
All right. I want to touch on the job market.
Okay.
So tell me something like, how did you land up on your first job? Was your first job here in, someone who is coming in for the first time for a career in UAE, they usually come on a visit visa and then they start looking out for a role. Was it a similar situation for you, or can you just tell me like how did you start your first role here in UAE?
Okay. So I was earlier working in Saudi Arabia. So like initially I worked in India for a few years, then I moved to Saudi.
Right.
And in Saudi, I joined this group which is into oil and gas equipment manufacturing. So I was working there, and then the role opened here. And then I asked, I had an internal interview and assessment, and then I came to Abu Dhabi. That's how it worked out for me.
How did you land your first job in Saudi?
So while I was working in India, some of my boss or the manager level people, they had seen me doing good work.
All right.
And they remembered it. So when I moved on to my second role or some other company, one of my senior manager has moved to Saudi, and he was looking for mid kind of a people who are having 2 to 4 years of experience. And when he was checking in his circle, some people referred me, but then I had to take some interviews and all. They had their own assessments, and finally I could get that role. And then I moved to Saudi initially. Yeah.
I think your network helped you
somewhere, yes. At least the first role, it helped me a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
That's great. So what do you suggest, like, considering the UAE market, along with having a professional qualification like CA, CCA, what soft skills or what additional technical skills are required to be a successful?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I normally keep thinking the same question, what can be done? And I have 3 different points which I want to share. First one is your communication skills. And when I'm talking about communication skills, speaking fluently in English, because that's the international language.
Right.
So that is one thing. And it's not just about speaking, but with confidence. Right. So if you're somebody who was having some kind of low confidence in public speaking, get into it and improve it. It's very important.
Of course.
Second thing I would say is the local laws and the applicable laws and rules and regulations. Try to read it, try to learn it, what is happening, at least a basic level of knowledge, so that you are able to talk when the topic comes.
Right.
And third, the new things which are coming in the market, like AI, the tools which we use into finance, like Power BI is there. This is one example I'm giving. And other tools, which once you get into the work environment, you will understand, okay, this company is using this particular tool. And then AI and Microsoft Excel is very important tool for a finance professional. So I want everyone to spend a good time on it, learning it. And other tools which are coming like AI and automation things. So these are the 3 major categories which I can say.
Right. I think AI and Excel are not just for finance. I think nowadays for everyone.
Yes.
We'll talk about AI in a separate episode, but yeah, again, Excel skills, I completely align with you on that. Everyone should definitely have Excel skills.
Because for finance professional, it is like a notepad. So a finance professional thinks in an Excel language.
Right.
So you have to be good in it.
Although you have an ERP that's helping
yes. It's like our worksheet.
Understand.
That's all. That's how it works.
So I want to touch on a very interesting topic. So how are the salaries in UAE market for qualified chartered accountants?
Okay. So first, my experience of the UAE market is, I refer it as an employer market, and let me define it. So what I mean is the person who is hiring, he has a lot of options.
Right.
So there are many people who are searching for jobs in UAE. So I never found a range which I can tell you like this is the salary for 2 to 4 years CA or 4 to 6 years CA. It depends on the organization which you get in.
Right.
So there is Big Fours. They have one range of salaries which they maintain. Then there are local owned companies. Then there are multinational companies.
Right.
And then there are private firms. So each, and even the government companies. So every organization has its own range of salaries based on your experience. And being an employer market, according to my definition, the salary range, I am also still not able to crack it. I find a lot of disparity here. Like it's not the standard. I can never come up with a standard. That's my reply to it.
Yeah, I understand like where you're coming from. So I'm with you on the salary aspect. But the way I look at it, like, UA market is like similarly, like it's divided into various tiers basically. Tier 1 has a specific salary. Tier 2 companies have a different, it all depends on the grading of grading system that the organization use.
Okay.
The 3 habits you would recommend finance, especially those finance students today who have just started to build their career?
So I'll come back to the same skills part which I had told you, which 3 skills we have to have.
Right.
Point number 1, for me, it's always a priority to have a good communication skills. So normally as a finance background, we always end up sitting and preparing the reports and sending it. So we never talk. We are not the talking people most of the times. So I prefer them to take some or the other way. They talk, come in front of people and present and all, because that is very important. Right. Communication part, try to develop on it. Second, the tools which are coming. Power BI has helped me a lot. Similarly, there are other finance related tools which you can learn. So take some or the other tool, keep learning it, because now the world is changing very fast. So we have to be updated. And third, the local laws. Continuously try to read something or the other related to local law or the industry you're working in. Right. It's not just the thing you're doing, work you're doing, but the industry and the finance things what are evolving. I think these 3 things are important.
Right. For those qualified chartered accountants who are looking for a career internationally, I'm not just talking about UAE, but if they want to go to UK or US or Europeans coming to other regions, how should they be prepared to come to this region?
Okay. So if somebody wants to come to UAE market, a finance professional, what I say is sometimes the fresher graduates or fresh finance professionals, they try to just jump into the market. Okay, I have the degree, I'll get some job. But I feel is don't be in a hurry. Wherever you're placed out of, like if you're from India, you have completed your chartered accountancy, don't be in a hurry. Try to get into any good organization. I always look at 2 pathways for a finance professional. 1, get into big 4s or good audit firm, a very good audit firm if you're able to crack those interviews, or get into a good multinational companies or any company which is listed in your country. So listed, why I am saying that? Because multinationals or a listed company, they have very good compliance environment. So they have to comply to many things. And audit firms, they are highly into all the compliances, rules and regulations. So all these organizations provide you a good environment for learning. And second, they have set culture, how things work. Big Fours have their culture. MNCs have culture, how to be with the people and everything. So you get to learn a lot in your early stages of career. And then once you come into UAE, your resumes also get picked based on the organization you have. And the culture helps because you're already prepared to get into a multinational cultured environment. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I'm sure whoever is coming to UAE, it's always good to have some sort of experience. So they will be obviously on the top pick or in the top list for sure.
So just to add a point, this is more specifically from the Indian CAs. What is my observation based on the people I have seen in my close circle? They are in a very hurry, like, okay, I'll come to UAE or I'll come out of India, I'll try to learn something. But for me personally, working for 4 or 5 years in India, where there is so much of compliance, there is so many rules and regulations, you get to learn so many things.
I think that's a good piece of information, especially for those who wants to come to UAE and start their career here. Now we'll move on to the last part of the segment, which is a rapid fire.
Okay.
I'll quickly ask you some questions and just answer it in a very one-liner. So one word that describes your career so far?
Multi-industry.
All right.
Yeah.
One thing you wish you know about this before starting your CA journey?
Not anything specific, but I would have wished I had a mentor, because I feel today, if what I'm speaking today, if I had somebody telling that, maybe my career would have been at a different level. A mentor.
Do you recommend any podcast, or do you recommend any book, or do you recommend any influencer to follow, especially for finance inspiration?
Okay, nothing specific to finance, but I read a lot of books. And this is one book, I'm reading it for the second time. It's called Skill It, Kill It by Ronnie Screwvala.
Okay.
So this book is a little bit inspirational, and it just keeps us on toes that if you're into a working life, how you should be, how you should design it. So it's a little bit inspirational, but more of toolkit, like 1, 2, 3, 4, what you have to keep doing. So I suggest this book, Skill It, Kill It by Ronnie Screwvala.
So what message would you like to leave for the young generation entering the finance field?
Yeah, so this normally happens with all our finance guys. We end up getting too much into the numbers, trying to get the final reports and all those things. But we get this as an input for us also. Try to get beyond the numbers and try to understand what is the impact, how you can get into decision making. So what you do, how it helps in the decision making. So think from the broader angle, anything you do. So this would be my advice. Be a finance guy, but always keep thinking from a broader angle, how it will affect the business and decision making.
Oh, that's amazing. During the rapid fire, you touched on a very important aspect of mentorship.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I have to give my final a piece of advice to the finance professionals, I would say like, you guys should have a mentorship. And Gautam, for those who are looking at the episode, are you okay to take like 3 or 5 students as, or anyone who's on entry level to be? Is it okay for you to become a mentor for them?
Always it helps. It helps us also to grow. It feels good also to help someone. So always okay for it.
Fantastic. I appreciate that. So thank you so much, Gautam. Pleasure having you with us.
Thank you for inviting me and all the best for this initiative.
Thanks very much. That's all for today. I believe this session was very informative and inspiring. We'll be back shortly with a new guest with a different profession. So thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.